start by saying thank you to all my supporters who's listening to my story and following me through my journey. It means so much to me, especially coming from me where I was afraid to talk about some of the things that I talk about. I mean, just afraid of the judgment of my story. But I'm glad that I grew the encouragement and it's working for me. This is a form of therapy and it is a form of healing. Today's episode, which is officially episode 5, I just want to give myself kudos because when it comes to me, I have a tendency of being inconsistent through a lot of things. But when I say that this makes me feel good on the inside, guys, it makes me feel so good on the inside. I be so excited, overwhelmed with joy because little did I know me speaking my truth and me speaking my story actually encourages so many people. Like the amount of private messages that I get from people on a day-to-day blessings. Look at that. God is speaking to me while I'm speaking to y'all on a day-to-day. Everybody just keep going. We need this, or they're afraid to do something, and I can motivate them. Like the power of the tongue is real, and the power of picking up your phone and recording and just putting it out there is also real. Like I literally sat here and watched Casanat stream for 30 days and it gave me so much motivation. Like I don't know if I'm gonna be into the streamer field, but definitely gonna continue to do the content creating. But today I want to get into faith and like a reflection of how it's helping me through grief, right? Because let's talk about grief, the big G word. When you lose somebody, it changes your whole life in ways that nobody could even predict. Like I know when my parents and my grandparents passed away, it was a major absence in my life and gaps that I feel still to this day because I'm still healing, feel like needs to be filled because my parents and my grandparents shaped me to who I am today. And when I say shaped me, they prepared me for life as much as they could. My grandparents and parents was very big on education. When I say I went from Catholic school, any type of education that my grandparents and my parents thought that was going to be the best for me, it was provided to me. And being that they shaped me and raised me and instilled all of these morals and life tools in me, when they passed away, it made a huge impact on my life because these are people that I'm looking for answers for every day. These are people that I'm looking up to. These are people that I'm having my day-to-day conversation. So your parents and your grandparents are this is your first cousins. This is your aunts. These are your uncles. Even though they have the title of being your parent, before you are introduced to these people, your host of cousins and other family members, these people are putting your life first. So when they're able to teach you something and teach you something that you can walk with for the rest of your life, and it is permanently taken away from you, it hits a little bit different. So, and I'm getting teary eyed talking about this because grief is real, y'all. It hurts. It really do hurt. Like, especially when you don't know how to control it, or You don't know how to, let me not even say control it. Let's talk about not knowing how to grieve. Like, that is a big thing because grief shows up in any form. There's no book to grief. Grief can show up in your life as doubtfulness. Grief can show up in your life as inconsistency. Grief can show up in your life as procrastination. And when I say it's grief, it's because you think so hard about trying to figure out the why that how grief is showing up for you, these now have became major factors in your life to where you're no longer moving forward. You're at a standstill point. So now the grief that has showed up as procrastination, what once used to be joyful for you to get up and crochet, if it was crocheting, is no longer a joy for you because you're robbed of those moments of being happy and joyful and things that you used to do because now you're showing up, but you're not showing up enough. And it's because you're seeking for answers that's never going to be answered. And you're just looking for ways for an escape route. And you have to face grief. You have to learn how to deal with it. Like, and I didn't know how to grieve. What I was doing and what was hurting me, I would overwork myself. I felt like working a 9 to 5 was the end of the road for me. And I'm not saying like the end of the road to where I was never looking for more, I didn't want better for myself, but it was the end of the road for me to where I felt like if I did not work, that was it. Like my life would completely stop. I would go into panic mode. My anxiety would be at an all-time high. So at this big age of 34 years old, I'm just now learning how to grieve. And maybe it's because, I didn't really have the time to because the deaths that occurred in my life was so back to back. I just started to become numb. So it's a few things that help me besides having faith because the Lord has carried me through. And when I say He carried me through everything, through my darkness, to my lows and my lows, and my highs and my highs. He never left my side. But things that has helped me besides faith, I literally think about things like, or I do things like write letters to my mom, write letters to my grandparents, just telling them how I turned out, thanking them, thinking about all of the positive memories that we have. Sometimes for me, it's just literally sitting on my porch with my dog, having a peace of mind, drinking some tea, like, or creating a container of sticky notes and writing my emotions and how I feel every day, identify my emotions because some days grief is heavier, but faith is always going to move me through it without losing myself. And I just want y'all to know that if you are grieving, remember that grief is personal and is unique to your journey. These practices will become instrumental of helping you regain clarity, peace, and a sense of self after a traumatic loss. But guys, today is kind of an emotional day while I'm doing this with you guys. So I do want y'all to continue. Follow me for more. Like, subscribe, comment, and stay down with your girl. I'm getting this content stuff together. It's not easy, but I'm showing up and I'm showing up the best I know.